is made. First, of course, they have to milk the cows. Oh, little sense of humor. Did you know today that the farms are so automatic that the female cow goes up and pushes a button, her udders are washed, and the suction cups come up, and she's automatically milked. When she's finished, she turns around, goes back out to the pastures. Not in the old days. The old days they had to milk all the cows and carry it by a bucket and put it into a big vat, which is warmed between 86 and 90 degrees. Everybody always asks me what the big secret is to why all cheeses taste different. The secret is in the starter culture. The starter culture usually contains the cheese master's formula, a bacteria, a flavor, aroma, and the texture. It's his secret. It's been guarded probably for centuries. And this is called the acidification of the cheese. It's interesting to note way back in the beginning times, this is how the farmers in regions like France got their farms. They would make their cheese and take it to the king. The king would approve it and like it and then give them the land. And every year they paid the king with a certain amount of cheese. And they got to keep that land. And that was called a particular region where that cheese was AOC taken to the market. After we've added the starter culture, then we add the rennet. When the rennet is added, it's called coagulation. That's where the cheese begins to solidify. And the solidification turns it into curds and wheys. What they do is they take all of this and put it in a warm table and fill these circles are called formas. And inside each forma is a cheesecloth. So all the curds and whey go in here, and the whey is drained out, and the curds end up inside the cheesecloth. They add just a touch of salting, and then they start the shaping process. They take the cheese curds, the cheese, out of the forma and hang it onto a hook where the whey is drained off. Then they put it in ring molds, and they put a press over the top and press down so they can get as much whey out of the cheese. So once the mold is removed, we have the cheese, and then in some cases, like with Parmesan Reggiano, they actually literally place the wheel of cheese into a table of boiling salt water. The boiling salt water cooks the cheese, and you can see the rind that is cooked is the darker portion. That's cheese. Now the cheese is ready for ripening. And in the ripening process, which is very important, we have what we call an affinage. It's called affinage. Then the affineur, who checks the age of the cheese, is the one that says whether it's ready to go to market or not. Cheese can be aged in many different locations. They can be aged in a cave, a cellar, a basement. They can be aged in an environment control room, as they do with the Parmigiano Reggiano. And like with the Parmigiano Reggiano, besides the rind being cheese, they put minerals in their hands and wrap and caress the cheese every day until the affineur comes with a little hammer and taps on it and says it's now ready for market. Other cheeses are wrapped in wax, some are spray mold, and others are just left to ripen in their block form and then wrapped for market.